Hayes, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, it was looking like they were going to have the ball in good field position, but now with that fumble, they don't have the football at all.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to imagine what he was thinking there, though, right? I can take this one, break it, go for a big one right here. But you and I both know, always protect the football is the #1 mantra for a kick returner.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Hood. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with a football. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
Bulldozes past him, and he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things off.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
40 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive. And did he break the plane? Yes, he did. Touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Colts have taken the lead.
Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Back to throw. McClellan. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. The Bills send the punter out, standing just about on his own goal line. Let's take it inside his own 40. Gets around him. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
80 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Here's 2nd and 9. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 25.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
On third down, Barker. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. Right back to him on first down. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set. Tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first. Down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. The Bills ready to take over. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded at the 33. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 40-yard line. 118 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. On the carry, it's Hill. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Buffalo offense back out ready to go.
And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
a big no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Still 9 remaining on second down. This is Hood on the ground. And he loses the football a second time. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Well, they got the ball in. Field position, one play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get the Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. On third down, McClellan. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Now, remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. To throw on second down, McClellan. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Looking to throw. McClellan. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. On 3rd down, Hayden. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great play there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter.
And the Colts have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this 1st half. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Now a give, right side. Pull. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They run here with Hood. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Colts pick it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, You go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Colts are able to add on to their first half lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. On second down, Hood. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run on first down. Hood. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. And to give this time to the tailback.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd. And it'll be brought down by the Colts. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here are the Colts to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. A give to the fullback on the dive. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Probably a bit of a surprise call there on first down, but how about a tone setter for the drive? Picking up nice yardage with the big man setting the tone physically.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Back to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw again. The quick slant caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And his kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bills going to take over again on offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Bills on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. McClellan. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
2nd and 11 now. They'll try the left side. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we asked them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And it's actually been out of the backfield, handing the ball off where they've had a lot of success. So if you're the quarterback, do you just maybe say, you know, maybe this isn't my day, our running game's going so well, you just continue to lean on that?
I agree. That's exactly what you do. And you have to kind of take your ego and put it aside, because you always think your next throw is going to be your best throw, right? Your next play is going to be your best play. Lean on what's working for you right now. That should help carry your team to victory if things keep going in the direction that they are.
Yeah, because the formula has them to lead currently.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. The throw over the middle taken in, and they're able to get this one across the 35.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
139 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. On first down, Hayden. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
We both know it's difficult, but they made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll run on the inside handoff. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They'll run on 1st down. Hayden. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 6. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. With another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Colts just continue to pour it on. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on. Fourth down.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. From the gun on 3rd down, McClellan. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, McClellan. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal. But when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They'll throw now on the final play.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Lions need to string a few wins together here down the stretch, but this last one moves them back above 500 at 6-5. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks with an important win as they keep pace in the playoff picture and get their record up to 6-4 with the win. Lastly,
you sure you're ready for the third quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
They run again with Hood, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Brandon, you know how we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan? That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball? And in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy. Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
Usually the big fella's a blocker, a lead back, but he gets the ball on first down. What a surprise for everyone. And as a former safety, if he breaks into the secondary and you see him coming, you just know that's a whole lot of man you've got to deal with now.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It's the fullback with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. And when they called that play, I'm not sure they expected it to go all the way to the end zone. Nice little reward, though.
Without a doubt, and sometimes I think the offensive line gets a little bit more inspiration when they know that guy's going to get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often. They want to reward him for all that good blocking he does as well.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They'll keep it on the ground. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. From the gun, McClellan. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will bring it back. An interception. For a Colts TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And this is going to be incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And we'll see what he can do on the return. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts set to take over here offensively. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
3 yards the gain there, second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's the 2nd and 7. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Colts get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll keep it on the ground. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And take it right on the 30. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. Oh, he sheds himself free. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
And he's taken down inside the 30. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Just a couple of yards shy of the end zone. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts just continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Buffalo set to get the football back here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. We might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll keep it on the ground. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Switch up.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hayden. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got them another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Jenkins. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. 2nd and 2.
He finds his man complete. That's Jenkins. Touchdown, Colts. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.